Ghost of Tsushima gets its own state of play stream. Unreal Engine 5 unveiled running on the PS5. Sony creates new PlayStation Studios brand. All that and more. What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to episode 10 of the NPC Offline's Home of Play podcast, where three best friends join forces to give you all the latest in PlayStation news and reviews. And that's because we are PlayStation fans. I'm your host, Steve, and with me I am joined by the king of platinum trophies himself, Christopher.
Hello, hello.
And lastly, we also have the 60 frames of Curtis.
Hello.
If you like this and would like to support the brand, we could use your help over at our YouTube channel. Please head over there, just search NPC Offline, and we will be the first thing that pops up. Please subscribe, like, and leave a comment or question for us, and we can read that on the next episode the following week. Also, if you're listening to this podcast on your podcast service of choice, please leave us a nice review on that same service. We'd appreciate it. On today's episode, we have 8 articles to discuss, but first, let's talk about last week. Last week, we did not have an episode. We lost everything due to some corruption or wizardry to the computer. So instead of talking about what we played for the last week, we're going to talk about what we've been playing for the last 2 weeks. And with that, I will start with you, Chris.
Okay, last 2 weeks. Well, I finally platinumed Final Fantasy VII Remake. Woo! So that one's done.
That's number 100.
Number 100. Woo! Confetti.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Actually enjoyed playing hard mode. I'd like the challenge of it, especially when easy was just so easy. I also jumped on Farming Simulator, which is actually not that bad. It's pretty fun. Definitely learning more tractor-related things.
In your farm, do the sheep also go quiet at night?
I don't have any animals yet.
Okay.
No animals yet. Down the road, maybe. Not there yet. And I also picked up Far Cry 5. It's on sale, I think, still right now.
Yeah.
So I kind of started that one probably maybe a quarter of the way through. I'm enjoying it. The one thing that Far Cry has always got is like unique villains, which is always kind of cool. Really unique villains.
Have you played New Dawn?
No.
Okay. That one does not have unique villains.
Which one's that one?
That was like, call it 5.5 if you want, but
was it an expansion or DLC or something?
It was kind of a standalone, but they didn't make a new engine or anything. It just seemed like a rushed out neon. They were basically
like kind of like Blood Dragon.
Yeah, not really. It was still almost like they were trying to be. I don't know how to phrase it, but like basically trying to keep up with the color dynamics and all the flashy fun. Like, I don't know. It's almost like they saw Rage 2 trailer and they're like, oh crap, like we have nothing to compete with Rage 2. So they're like, we need to make a neon bright colors and blah, blah, blah. So they made this like New Dawn, and it's supposed to be after, oh shit, was it after 4? Or no, it was after, it's supposed to be after 5. So that nuclear war happens, like the leader basically predicts in 5. It, like, is this story, and then so now you're in this post-apocalyptic world, and these two sisters are mean, and they don't want you to help people, and it was horrible. Like, I literally started the first, I think I gave up after 45 minutes. I just hated it because it's not really Far Cry anymore. You know, you're doing those bullshit end of the world weapons where you're like, oh, I'm gonna tape a saw blade to a piece of gum, and now it's the ultimate weapon ever. You know, just stuff that I don't care about. So I personally, like, you know, I'm not the biggest Far Cry fan, but I've played all of them for a good chunk of time.
Right.
And, yeah, I just did not. That was definitely easily by far the worst one that I've ever played.
Okay.
So I was just interested because you kept saying, like, oh, they always have good villains. I'm like,
they usually do.
Not this one.
Like, Blood Dragon was really a unique game, too, with the art style.
I think that's the only one I guess I didn't play.
Oh, it's like...
It looked cool. Like, I'm not crapping
80s
on it.
Futuristic. It was weird. It was good.
Isn't it like kind of Tron-like almost?
Yes.
I think that was the theme, is they were like almost kind of going to Stranger Things and all that. Like, let's get the 80s
Stranger
guys.
Things,
yeah,
it was very cool. Otherwise, that's pretty much all I've been doing for the last 2 weeks. Persona, I'm going to jump on at some point. Try to finish that one. But
yeah.
How about yourself, Curtis?
Yeah, not a lot. Not a hell of a lot. I'm pretty sure the only thing I might have done and failed to do because my controller was fighting me was I was trying to replay a little bit of Final Fantasy 9.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, for some reason my character just likes running into a wall, so I stopped for a little bit until I fix it.
Nice.
Honestly, that's about it.
I've been kind of thinking about jumping on Zodiac Age I have, Final Fantasy 12 Zodiac Age I have on the PC waiting to be touched still. So I don't know why. I think Chris showed me something that I'm like, yeah, maybe I should just go back to this.
Yeah,
It looks like they changed some stuff from the original or something. In
There's
the
like a
remaster.
big update that people are kind of excited with. I never looked too hard into it, but I should. I mean, it sounds like if you were ever going to play it, now's the time.
I should look into it because I've been replaying it.
Yeah, I think you might find it just because you actually know. Like for me, I did gloss over it, but not remembering anything about the game. There's no like connection for me. I'm just like, okay, like hopefully that's a good thing.
Yeah, maybe I'll take a look.
Yeah, definitely.
If I'm enthusiastic about it.
Yeah, well, nothing like a long weekend and get some games in.
What about you, Steve? What have you been playing?
Okay, so not a lot. I got a brief moment with Persona 5 again, so that made me happy. If we're talking about within the 2 weeks like we are, I also finally beat the Final Fantasy 7 Remake. Didn't like it like you guys did, but I'm just happy to have it done over and already deleted off my PlayStation. I'm just going to pretend it never came. Honestly, like, and not going into the rant, if I thought about it, like, I easily would call this the biggest disappointment of 2020 so far. You know, don't get me wrong. There's other games coming that could take the top. Like maybe Last of Us 2 comes out bad. I doubt it. It's got Naughty Dog's pedigree on that. I doubt I'm going to be super disappointed anyway.
Yeah.
I doubt Cyberpunk's going to be bad. But there's other people that could take that sweet trophy of disappointment of the year. But so far, it's easily Final Fantasy 7. And like we don't have to get into that, but we might attempt another spoiler talk. We also lost that, you know, fun fact. So yeah, I think other than that, I haven't played much more than that. Me and Chris played a little Overcooked, just for the heck of it, and kind of platinumed that pretty easily actually. Like I think we've only had to replay it 3 levels one more time.
Yeah, we pretty much nailed every mission.
Yeah, so that was you know, good quick fun, but other than that, yeah, not a lot on the resume here. So yeah, we will just jump into topic number 1. Ghost of Tsushima gets its own state of play stream this Thursday, which is today as we were recording. We watched it just before recording. And what are your guys' thoughts of the new state of play stream?
Looks like something that I've seen before.
It's a little underwhelming. I mean, sure, it looks pretty, looks good maybe in some ways, but it looks like it's definitely taking a lot of strides from other games that are out there.
It looks, for an exclusive, I don't think it looks good, but I think I've been spoiled too because we've got God of War. Last of Us 2 looks like it's going to look like, you know, something significant, like a step up. Even Spider-Man for what it was looked good.
It did.
So like I'm getting used to, well, even Final Fantasy 7 Remake, you know, for other than textural problems, it looked really good. This looks okay. Like it's not bad. I don't want anyone thinking it's bad. And like, yeah, it's got, you know, flower petals a little to the extreme. I get it. That's the aesthetic they're going for.
I don't know if you noticed, every time he took a step in leaves, it looked like he was kicking them around. So
Yeah.
that, like a little details like that actually looked really good.
And that's what I think they're leaning for. Sorry, you're gonna say
Yeah, I was just gonna say it almost looks like it's a game, but it more seems like an art project.
Yeah,
which isn't bad per se. It's just are we gonna enjoy having fun with the gameplay? Because the gameplay looked okay.
That's where I think my because I agree with you guys. This is underwhelming to me. It looks. I guess the word that keeps popping in my head is generic. This looks very generic. This looks like another Assassin's Creed to me.
Sekiro.
Yeah, a little mix of Sekiro, Neo, and Assassin's Creed wrapped up in a ball, personally. Yeah. Just the open world, like, question mark. I'm like, okay, that's Assassin's Creed.
The birds.
The
animals.
Yeah.
I mean, the animals are, I guess, a little bit different, but...
Yeah, it's not 100% like how they're using them in Assassin's Creed.
Why is there an eagle?
yeah, but I don't know. And then the wind telling you where to go. I'm like, is Pocahontas going to poke out and tell me about the colors too? The colors of the same
colors
wind?
of the rainbow.
Well, all you can hope is that the influences that they're taking from these games is maybe they're taking the best parts of them.
Yeah, hopefully.
Like the weapon switching of Neo is definitely cool. It's nice that they implemented that into here somehow.
Yeah.
As long as it's not broken and you just basically focus on one stance.
Different combat stances, like switching between them, yeah.
Again, this stream didn't... it intentionally showed some things and probably intentionally didn't show others. They didn't really explain how combat works. Am I going to be punished for trying to be Ghost and then I can never come back as a samurai?
They definitely did say that there's going to be more to come.
That was something I already mentioned before, that if you follow certain lines, like what, your uncle or something is a samurai, and if you don't do things, then you kind of get like disowned by him or something.
Because I know you guys, well, Chris has played Odyssey, but that one was more gear or there's traits, but there's gear orientation to like, okay, do you want to be a hunter, the warrior, or the assassin?
Yeah.
So like, but you could change your gear. Like I did all the time. Like I'm like, okay, this fort, I'm gonna want to stealth. I'm not gonna run in there like an anus, especially if it's higher level. So then I changed all my gear, but I intentionally would keep different sets of gear to do what I needed to do. This kind of like, that's my worry, is like, is this going to allow me to do that too? They did talk about a lot of different customizable armors and such. So maybe, and hopefully, because I do kind of think in one, especially open world games, I'm probably not going to replay them. So, you know, I don't want to be locked out of like experiencing the whole game.
It does sound like it's going to have different storyline choices.
Yeah.
Where it's like, it almost seems like it might even be drastic in how it goes.
Well, because they were talking about even the enemies, like, oh, they'll fear the Ghost if you're going to play it as the Ghost.
Samurai, they'll just more duels.
Yeah,
like.
honor-based, like one-on-ones. So, I mean, neat stuff. But again, I do want to try both.
Yeah.
So,
but then in a big open world game, I don't want to have to... I tend to not want to play it twice.
Yeah.
Unless it's like
Trophies.
not 100 hours.
Yeah, if there's trophies, he will play twice.
Yes, if I have to.
Yeah. Don't make him. He'll do it.
I'll do it.
Do it.
And I don't want to do it.
Do it. So, yeah, I don't know. Do you have any more thoughts on it, Curtis?
No, it's just, it's underwhelming. It looks nice, but I don't know. I wasn't really that like sold on it before anyways. So
Yeah.
Well, and some of
helping.
the things that they were kind of showing off, which was very
some of their
photo mode. Oh.
The samurai theater black and white
Black
with
and
film
white.
grade. I'm like, why would I want to play a game
You
like
can
that?
customize your character with different paint colors from flowers. I mean, it's like,
these aren't things you should be using to sell a game.
no, this isn't new features. I mean, it's cool and makes it more of an art project, but
I'm just also hoping, and I'm pretty sure Steve has the same worry, is that the combat isn't too much like Sekiro, which we did not like.
No.
I mean, I don't want to say I didn't like it. It was different, but I was
some people.
bad at it.
Yeah, like it clicked for some people, and it absolutely did not click for others. Like me and you, more you than me, but I both say, well, all three of us, I might say we're kind of Dark Souls veterans. And for like two of us, like Chris, you haven't too much experience with Sekiro, but two of us liking most things Dark Souls, hated Sekiro.
I've beaten Dark Souls 1, 2, 3, and Bloodborne. So
Platinum Bloodborne.
Not that that means anything, but
it does. That game's not a super easy platinum.
It's just annoying because of all the crypt stuff, but
Yeah, that was my worry too. I saw some stuff that looked like Sekiro, and because they didn't talk about it more, I'm only left with my imagination of what that could be, and that like worries me. So kind of the current, and like I agree with you, Chris. Like it's an art project, and I understand they're going for old time classic samurai movies, but that black and white filter made the game look even worse. Like to me, that did not make anything better. I would have a hard time.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, like because not that I care that much, but the flowers and the grass and
you want to see the colors,
the fireflies, like that's your selling feature. Like that's the art stuff. You're taking away the colors to that. It just makes it seem like there's just random debris in the air.
Making a flat image at that point.
Yeah,
it just looked garbage.
It looked real bad. So some reason deciding to showcase that didn't make sense to me. Photo mode too, like that seems to be the trending thing, but all three of us agree, like, we could care less about it.
I think photo mode has more appeal on a PC.
Yes.
Like, I think you can do a little bit more with it. On a PlayStation, you can do screenshots.
Yeah.
And then what do you do with them? I mean, I guess you can upload them to Facebook.
Make it the wallpaper of your console.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I mean, I know it's for somebody. It just doesn't speak to me. So, like you were saying, the last 4 of the features they showed just didn't matter to us?
They weren't overly unique in any way.
Yeah.
And I don't think they add value. Yeah. So,
yeah, that's kind of, I think, our take. I don't know. You guys,
The big thing they said was at the end was that there was going to be more reveals coming. So hopefully we'll get more combat related stuff and just what do we do? What is this world?
And some story stuff too.
Yeah, exactly.
They've touched on it a little bit, but not much.
As long as they're not refining it with like 2 months to go.
Yeah.
It hasn't gone gold yet from what I've heard. So
would you guys, I think I know the answer already, but just to sum it up, are you more likely to pre-order it now or almost more likely to just wait and see?
I'll wait.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
I agree with you guys. I'm waiting too. This is not a day one anymore. Well, I shouldn't even say that. I don't want to be that down. It wasn't already a day one for me.
I needed to see more.
If there's nothing else, absolutely, and I get to that point where I just
about to say that too.
Yeah, if I need something to play, then it might be a day one just by default.
Oh, this is July, right? So.
Yeah. Okay, number 2, we're going to talk about Unreal Engine 5 unveiled running on a PS5. This one comes from Game Informer. Take it away, Chris.
Epic Games unveiled a video detailing the new Unreal Engine 5. The extensive clip featured technical director of graphics Brian Karras and special projects art director Jerome Plateau, provides a good long look at the Unreal Engine 5 and its capabilities. Get a glimpse of nanite virtualized micro-polygon geometry, dynamic global illumination, and more. That was a mouthful. So you guys saw this video, right? I think, right?
We all 3 of us watched it.
It looks pretty incredible.
Yeah, I'm always hesitant with any tech demos.
Yes.
EA exists, and they've burnt me so many times with revealing games. Anthem standing out to me.
Ubisoft, Division, and Watch Dogs.
Oh, yeah. Watch Dogs is a good one, too, yes.
Well, you can't look at it that way. Like, Epic Games makes the Unreal Engine, and
Yes.
they revealed it. They are showing what it's capable of.
But
it's
they've
not someone else.
also had trailers for the unveiling of 3 and 4 as well, and they were just pre-rendered videos as well. So this one's the first one's different, so I'm not totally disagreeing with you.
It looks like a live footage.
It does.
It is, and I should say, like, I was going to save this for later, but it was also kind of talked about how this was supposed to be a playable demo at GDC if it happened, which is what separates this as from anyone else. And that was going to be my turnaround of like why I'm back into the hype, even though I shouldn't be. I'm back in the hype just because, like, this was a running thing. It's not just a video. It's according to them, it was plugged into a PS5. So that's also crazy. It's not just, it will run here, but secretly we have like a 3080 Ti and blah, blah, blah.
Because they haven't shown anything running on PlayStation 5 yet, right? I guess this would be the first actual...
This is the first technical gameplay we've ever seen.
Yeah, now mind you, it might be not the actual system we all get, because I think they did say it was a dev kit, so I don't know how much different that is from the actual what we get as a consumer.
I imagine it would have to be similar to what they can do, otherwise
I would think,
it's kind of underwhelming once you get the actual console. It's like, hey, wait, it doesn't perform like theirs.
Well, especially because they were pushing so hard on, this is only possible because PS5's hard drive, right? So you'd have to assume like the dev kit will be somewhat similar to the final product, especially with how much Sony's boasting the final product's hard drive.
I'll be honest, watching this thing, I'm like, hell, I'd play this game. It actually looked interesting.
Yeah.
It looked a lot like the Tomb Raider style games.
Yeah, I think they wanted that.
Yeah.
Until, you're flying through buildings and jumping like Spider-Man.
Yeah, Superman.
Yeah.
It looked good.
Which looked cool too, don't get me wrong, but I'm like, that's clearly scripted. Like, you can't...
Well, I wanted to see too what would happen when she actually walked through that portal gate. It looked cool.
Cliffhanger.
But like they did such a good job that I was like, okay, I'd watch someone keep playing this.
Oh yeah, it looked amazing.
Yeah.
It's hard for us to describe.
Well, just even like the rocks falling, they talked about the 3D audio when you heard it go way down. You're like, okay, like
you hear it bouncing down the cliff.
Yes, and it sounds far away, all that stuff.
The bugs.
The bugs moving with the light.
I was like, ooh.
Yeah, I mean, definitely they were meaning to talk more to developers, which makes sense. That's why they were going to be a GDC with this.
Yeah.
Sell the product, right? But yeah, like even, this is sad that like this was, again, like I just said, for GDC, for developers, but they did a better job making me care about this than PS5 did about its GDC stuff.
True.
They didn't put me to sleep. They got to the point. So like, we're not just going to tell you that the PS5 is fast. I'm going to show you.
Yeah.
This is what PS5 should have done.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially they had the time. They could have delayed. They weren't at GDC. It was canceled. They knew it was canceled. whatever. I won't go back into that rage, but you know,
we highly recommend looking it up and checking it out.
Oh, for sure. I mean, if you're not
like, this is going to be on everything eventually. It's an engine, so Xbox will have it.
They talked
PC
about
will have
it. It's going to be on everything.
Yeah.
They just I don't know if it was an under the table partnership, but they definitely, like, even after this, you know, they were talking pretty like well about the PS5 and saying like this hard drive changes things that you guys don't really understand yet.
You don't even know.
That's kind of what it sounded like.
Yeah.
Because they kept without directly saying it, I feel like they were trying to reference the teraflop being not an issue. You know, a lot of people, well, and they're not the only ones that come out and said that, basically being like, okay, you guys are measuring, you know, teraflops, but, you know, we're doubling the speed.
Well, I'm definitely excited to see what will come of this, right? Because I think the date was 2021.
Yeah, they're saying mid 2021. Like, don't expect to see it implemented until then.
Yeah, I mean, and even if they use it, doesn't mean you're going to get the quality that they're showing in this tech.
Exactly, it's up to the developers.
Yeah, how much effort do they want to put into all these geometry triangles?
Well, what did they? And like it's probably hard to come off the top of your memory here, but what did they say about those statues again?
Something about they came from some. I assume that was some tool they mentioned.
But I thought they literally named the pixel count and how.
Oh, maybe I don't remember.
5 million or something triangles.
And they're like basically saying that like most consoles previously wouldn't even want them in a pre-rendered video.
Yeah.
Not to mention gameplay. And they're like, oh, and by the way, we just filled a room with them. Just
500 of them.
Yeah, just to like really poke it into your head.
This many billion triangles.
Yeah, you guys got to see the statue. It's got triangles.
Like it's definitely encouraging to see. If something can look like that on a console, then I might actually stray away from PC gaming for a little bit. We'll see.
You heard it here first.
Yeah.
Until I get that 3080 Ti, then I'm like,
Yeah,
he'll
stray away, and then the first game will come out 30 frames per second. He will throw it right out.
Oh, it'll happen.
So
60 frames or nothing.
Yeah. But that's enough of that. Let's go to number 3. Oh no, PS4 reaches new milestone. This one comes from Destructoid. And again, Chris.
Sony has released its fiscal year financial report, detailing the sales, revenue, and profit attained by the PlayStation owner for the fiscal year ending March 2020. The most notable statistics concerning the PS4, which has reached a worldwide shipment total of 110.4 million units. So this would make it the second highest home-selling console out there. To compare, the PS3 sold 87.4 million units, and the PS2, which is the reigning champion, sold 155 million units, just for reference.
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
Happy to see it.
Yeah. No, it's impressive to even be that close to the PS2, because I know the PS2 is a fluke.
It was just a well-priced device that everybody could get.
Nobody, like, it was the most affordable DVD player at the time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And that changed. Like, that was huge. A lot of people bought it just like, I know parents use it just as a DVD player.
Yeah.
It was in their basement.
A DVD player, plus you could also play games.
I mean, I feel like it's going to keep going. You know, there's a lot of people that don't seem to adopt until the new generation comes out. So I'm still interested in where it's going to end.
There's still 6 months. There's still Last of Us 2 to come out. Like, there's still stuff that could come out to help
true.
sell
Last
consoles.
of Us 2 could, sell consoles.
They'll probably have one more bundle too. They'll have a console game bundle that comes out probably before
something.
Christmas.
Yeah. I was hoping, and it could maybe still happen, like Xbox just showed its Cyberpunk Xbox One skin.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know if that's an exclusive thing that like PlayStation's not going to get a bundle with Cyberpunk, which would, not that I would care. I'm not going to buy one again, but it'd still be nice to have the option. Last of Us 2 probably will. I guarantee that one would.
I think the original one did have a bundle. I don't remember if it had a skin or anything, but
I don't think so.
It definitely had a bundle.
They'll definitely have a bundle. And then Tsushima, I don't know either, but
not likely.
Either way, good for PlayStation, good for PlayStation fans. The better it does, the better I feel. So that makes the difference, right? So yeah, moving on to number 4. Sony creates new Studios brand. This one comes from Destructoid, and I will let Curtis have this one.
The PlayStation Studios brand applies to the big name developers that Sony owns, and those are Naughty Dog, Sony Interactive Entertainment, Santa Monica, Insomniac, etc. But it'll also be used for games that are created by external teams that Sony guides. Eric Lempel, who's Senior VP Head of Global Marketing, if our studios are managing the production of these games and working with an external developer, it will still come out under the PlayStation Studios brand. Lempel adds that Sony considers these games first party, even though the studio isn't a subsidiary.
So not big news, and it's probably not going to take effect until the PS5 already launches. So don't expect to see it on Horizon PC Edition, Last of Us 2 or anything. But, it's like they kind of already showed it. It's almost like an MCU for PlayStation.
I was going to ask, isn't that like their Marvel-inspired looking thing?
It looks exactly like the Avengers of PlayStation are coming for you. X going to give it to you, and now it's PlayStation.
I like that. I like thinking that way.
Yeah. Oh, no, that's for sure what it is. Don't get me wrong. Like, I think Nintendo and Xbox already done this, both of them. So
Xbox is just a whole plethora of indie developers.
It's imagine the same intro like Marvel, except flipping through all the characters is just it's just Halo and Gears of War.
I mean, it's not going to change much for everybody, but I mean, it's just they'll have a logo, kind of like an umbrella that they can put their games under, and it's just, I guess it makes it easier to identify. And
I could not also know what the hell I'm talking about, but the only worry I have is for newcomers to not really identify these big developers that we all know. When you say Naughty Dog, we know Sucker Punch, Insomniac, Santa Monica. Like
we follow that stuff.
You follow it because you see them and people talk about them.
And you care about the products.
Yeah, and I'm sure they're still going to say the names. It's not like they're going to hide them. But just for new people, they would just be like, "Oh, it's a Sony game," and I'm like, hopefully that doesn't take some of the wind out of the sails of those developers that work hard on this. That'd be my only concern, but I'm sure I'm just, overanalyzing it. Either way, it's nice to see. It's something cool. Like I said, MCU intro, yay. Let's get that Avengers going.
New stamp you'll see on the case and the CD.
Yeah,
that's about it.
Exactly. And it's a clean look. It's nice. It's fine. Not going to change anything at the end of the day, but not talking about that no more. We're going to topic number 5, and it's a doozy. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 are hitting the pavement once again. This one's from Game Informer. Take it away, Curtis.
Activision's recent success of restoring Crash Bandicoot, Crash Team Racing, and Spyro the Dragon will hopefully continue with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2, classics that originally appeared on PlayStation in 1999 and 2000, respectively. Developed by Neversoft, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater changed the world of gaming and gave way to an entire subgenre of sports titles, from more pro titles like Activision for BMX and surfing to the SSX series and rival games like EA's Skate.
Well, it's good for skate fans, not Skate the game, but just skateboard fans, because I don't think we've had a skateboard game in a long time, probably since Skate 2.
Yeah, that's the last one I can remember recently that anybody mentioned anything about.
Yeah, I
thought it was hard to play.
I don't remember these that fondly. I think I started getting them more when it was Underground.
Yeah, that was
cool. It was kind of more story driven.
I loved that part. I don't even like skateboarding, and I was like, oh, I'm making it. I'm meeting Tony Hawk
for yourself.
Yes. And that stuff always gets me. It's same with like the SmackDown games. I'm like, oh, I'm making a guy, and he's getting a career, and this is great. What are you doing? How am I doing? Doing? And I like that stuff.
Yeah, I agree. If it was more of the Underground, then it might be a little more exciting. But if it's just Pro Skater 1 and 2, then okay. Whatever.
I should also mention the biggest problems that's always been in talks, if these came again, were the soundtracks. Actually, that's the biggest apparently problem. So it sounds like you are going to get most of them back, but there are a few that are going to be missing. Some of these guys have an ego apparently, and they're playing tough. And I'm like, seriously, in a day of Spotify where you guys like make nothing, you're still going to just shake down the EA. Well, don't get me wrong. If anyone needs their pocket shakedown, it is EA. So I don't care too much. But I remember this one Activision. Sorry, it's not EA.
Yeah, EA's not doing this. You're crazy.
Yeah, I am crazy.
I remember playing both of these. I don't remember them, like what was from 1 and what was from 2, because it was so long ago.
Yeah.
But I remember they were enjoyable. They're a fun party game where your buddy comes over and you just take turns or
play some horse.
Horse, yeah. Yeah,
I do remember the Warehouse, actually. That's the only one that stands out to me.
Yeah.
I think everyone's played the Warehouse until they vomit.
Isn't that like the first level?
Isn't there one?
It's 1 or 2, yeah.
Where there's a helicopter and you can grind the helicopter and doesn't it fly away or something? Is that one of those ones?
That could easily be any of them.
Or is that Underground?
But
that might be Underground.
Yeah, they're all blended together in my head, so.
Actually, I'm pretty confident it's Underground.
Okay, well. Not getting that one.
No, not getting that one.
But yeah, I remember they were all fun.
It's neat, and like the price tag, $40. Smart.
Are you getting both of them
Yes.
in one? Okay, yeah, no, that's a good deal.
Yeah, so I like, that smart. I would almost, I don't know, I might get it. Like, you get a couple of guys together that want to go on a nostalgia trip and just, like me and you playing Overcooked or whatever.
Yeah.
Just something to do, and that game's simple.
3-way horse.
There you go.
I don't know if it's possible, but
That's enough skater talk. We are going on to topic number 6. Elder Scrolls 6 makes Pete Hines upset. Oh, this one comes from, I just want to talk about this so bad. Destructoid, responding to a fan inquiry on Twitter about when we can expect news on the new Elder Scrolls, Senior Vice President of Global Marketing and Communication, Pete Hines, gave us a timeline. It's after Starfield, which you pretty much know nothing about. So if you're coming at me for details now and not years from now, I'm failing to properly manage your expectations. Ouch, Pete. Ouch. So he's not happy. The people keep asking. I love this because he might be the anus that I think he is that actually announced this on Bethesda's E3 stage. So maybe it wasn't him, whatever, but Bethesda announced it. It's out there. They shouldn't have talked about it if they don't want us talking about it. And the other problem is, like many of their properties, where the hell are they? Starfield's been being worked on forever, it sounds like. Then yeah, obviously we're not getting Elder Scrolls anytime soon.
Doesn't sound like it. By the way, I loved your delivery of that quote. It was just so like sarcasm level was so high that there's no way he meant it that way, but you brought it to that level.
I think he meant it that way.
Do you think?
He seems upset that people keep asking about it, and that's the
He
irony
brought it
of
up.
this whole thing of why you guys announced it. This is your company. You're part of this company, so even if he's not the one that directly said it on stage, he's part of this, and like you have to eat that shit. Don't fucking bring up things that you don't want talked about if you don't want to talk about.
especially if it's a huge IP like Elder Scrolls. Like if people want to know about it,
Because we don't give a shit about Starfield. Like I don't speak for everyone, but
what
if you, but
is
you,
Starfield?
exactly, we don't know what it is. How can we get excited for it? So yeah, we want to talk about what we're excited from your studio. It's no different if Naughty Dog made a new property but didn't tell us anything about it, but they also at the same time said, hey, well, Last of Us 3 is coming, so don't worry. Well, if I don't know what this is, but I'm a Last of Us fan, I'm going to ask you about Last of Us. Like, it's so funny to me. Like, I guess I sound angrier than I am just because the stupidity level of being upset about this. Like, you set the narrative. Like, don't complain when your fans are excited about what you're doing.
He's really dating himself in a way too, because the way we haven't heard anything about Starfield.
Yeah.
So that means we're probably going to maybe hear something at next E3, which means Elder Scrolls is at least 2024, 2025.
Oh, for sure.
Maybe.
Easily.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, because, they got to reveal it. People got to sit with it for a year.
Well,
and
it
a
has
bit.
to get a title first.
Exactly.
please.
Yeah.
So it's like, why he shouldn't even have just mentioned it.
No, exactly. And then I guess the other thing is just like, okay, you let it slip. It's out there. But then just don't be bitter about it. Like, you're upset that people don't want to talk about Starfield. Well, you gave nothing to talk about. Honestly, it's kind of head scratchy to me. But, I guess you sleep in the bed you made, right? Or lie in the bed, something with a bed.
Something in the bed.
Something in a bed. There's porcupine in my bed. So we're moving on to topic 7. And we are talking about Assassin's Creed, another fun article for me, actually. Assassin's Creed Valhalla non-gameplay trailer warrants an apology from Ubisoft. This one comes from Destructoid as well. Yesterday, we were given an in-engine teaser of Assassin's Creed Valhalla during Microsoft's Xbox Series X event. People were not amused. Expecting a big gameplay reveal in Microsoft's gameplay event, the outrage started pouring in, which led to the game's developer, holy moly, I'm not saying that name,
Director.
Yeah, let's just go with Mr. Director, the director, to do some damage control. He noted that fans rightfully expected to see more and thanked them for their excitement and passion while asking for patience. But because we live in an endless cycle of reveals and events, there will be more. In fact, director notes that there is a long marketing campaign ahead of us, leading us to the game's holiday 2020 launch. What did you guys think about this? Did any of you guys even see the trailer?
No.
I didn't see the trailer. I didn't even watch the event.
Okay, I didn't watch the event either. not that much excite for me. But I did watch this trailer because I am excited about this game. But as someone who is excited for it, yeah, like that was some shit. Like we were just talking about setting expectations, setting the bar, and why would you come out saying like, "Hey guys, here's," because the week prior to this, as we talked about, they released the reveal trailer, and then they told everyone, "Hey, next week we're going to show you gameplay." They set that narrative, and then they released this trailer, and they're like, the only gameplay that you can find is like 3 seconds, and it's in the background of the scene. Like it's not even a main thing, and then like, I guess to add the cherry to the cake here, it was in a gameplay like showcase, and like none of the videos, they were all just pre-rendered videos. There's no gameplay in any of this.
I wonder if it was Ubisoft that dropped the ball or
it
Xbox.
sounds like it's all of them. Like
Microsoft.
Ubisoft owns up to this, but obviously they're not going to be like, "Oh yeah, sorry guys, those other exclusives."
Yeah, they would probably have to take the blame because they're like, well, it's under our banner. So
Yes. And when they would have picked the video, right? Like it's up to them. It's not like Xbox saying, "Hey, don't you give us that gameplay." Like, you know, like I will hit you with this roll of paper. So I just can't help but laugh. This is just a funny article I add, just the sense of like adding shit to the pile, I guess. Like, I don't know. I'm excited for the game still. I'm not shitting on the game. I just thought, what a bad idea. Well, like, what another bad idea. It's just surprising that people are still saying things and then being surprised when like you just get this thrown back at you.
yeah, I think I saw the trailer show up in my Twitter feed, and most of the comments were, "Where's the gameplay?" So I'm like, all right, pass, skip.
Yeah, I'm not going to go home and cry my pillow. I also didn't set the bar that high, I guess. So I'm like, yeah, I would have liked to see something.
But it's Assassin's Creed.
It-
I mean,
yeah.
we know what we're gonna get.
I just
want
to kind of see the combat.
Yeah,
like,
I want to see
yeah,
the dual
Yeah, like
combat.
I don't care about the traversal, but I am curious to see what they're doing in terms of like how are they making this Viking.
Well, and I really want to see. It's not for everyone, but the one thing I didn't like about Odyssey was like they took that shield away again because they're like, "Oh, you're going to use this broken spear tip and whatever the hell else you want," which I'm like, fine, I guess. But now that they're bringing shields back and Vikings, like I kind of want to see that. Are we going to be able to make a shield wall like in the Viking show? Do it.
dual wield shields.
Yeah, just like
Tackle
Well,
people.
they-
like
that-
Dark Souls 3.
That might be part of the squad. I thought there was supposed to be something where you can command your squad and stuff. That might be something you
They
can.
made
hope.
raiding. I think something about
Is
raiding.
that
Yeah.
what it- yeah.
Yeah.
So again, that'd be really neat. Show me that when you're ready. Whatever. It's still hopefully theoretically coming out this year. I can't wait for it. It's honestly under Cyberpunk. I'm probably most hyped for this. Sadly, it's just I don't know why, but I just always seem to go to like Assassin's Creed games.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, nothing. So look forward to that. Hopefully we'll get real gameplay trailer at some point, but I think they've said enough for now. So we are going to also say enough for now and go to topic 8. PS5 on track for holiday 2020. Just adding this in as a happy note to end off the week. This one comes from IGN, and I will let Curtis have this one.
Sony has said PlayStation 5 remains on track for its holiday 2020 release, and game development has seen no major issues due to the COVID-19 outbreak.
Yeah, take that, naysayers. So sounds like, if it can be believed, well, we're still getting a holiday 2020 release of our new consoles, and I'm psyched.
Christmas hasn't been canceled yet.
No. It's funny how hard the Grinch tried to cancel Christmas, and all it took was a virus.
What if Santa gets COVID?
Oh my god!
What's gonna happen to those kids?
It's like, usually it's the ho 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 you like the kids wake up to when Santa's there, but it's like the ho oh. And it's like, Jesus Christ, Rudolph's like hanging off the front of the house. Just kill me. And it's like, damn, this Santa's dark. Anyway, look forward to your new consoles. If PlayStation's doing it, I assume Xbox isn't going to let up either. They're, nobody wants to be last in this race. So I'm excited. I'm getting it day one, guaranteed. I wasn't big on it after that reveal, but now, more developers are speaking out saying like, guys, you don't understand the power of the hard drive. So I'm now more hyped, but I still would love like PlayStation to actually show me what the hell they're talking about. And make up hopefully for the GDC stuff.
Soon to come, hopefully.
So I would hope, like, we're in May. I kind of expected either at the end of May or sometime in June.
I think in June we'll hear something.
It's just last year was weird because they set the precedent that like don't expect us to do a state of play around E3 because that was the first year they skipped. But I still didn't believe it. I was like, I don't know, man. Like, do you guys really want nothing to be talked about? Like, you're gonna let everyone else have the spotlight? So I kind of thought secretly they might do it like the day before just to be dicks.
Well, seeing how the Unreal Engine's been revealed, like it might not be far behind. Like, hey, this is what it can do. Now let's hopefully, reveal something more.
Yeah. So hopefully they're not gonna really like, because you have to talk about it before launch, and I'm assuming a November launch. So I would have to imagine you're coming out more than 2 months before launch. Before lunch. I don't know why I want to say that. So I would think like you couldn't be any later than July, right? Like, am I crazy? Are we living in crazy times right now?
I'm going to put up my vote that we'll hear something in June.
June? What do you think?
Probably
Curtis?
June.
Like, what are you talking?
I'm not gonna hold you to this. Don't overthink it. But like
a
when do you
proper
think,
reveal.
Let's talk like E3 quality reveal where it's like this is the box, this is the price, and maybe this is like a game coming with it.
August.
You think? Okay.
I'm thinking it's gonna be a little late because they're always a little bit slow to release.
I would say at latest September.
Just to be a dick, like, because you're going. I'm locking you in June. You're.
Well, I think
August.
we'll hear something. The full reveal, I don't think that'll be in June.
Really?
I don't think so.
Because E3 is usually the full reveal.
I want to put me at the latest of September. Because I think.
Yeah, but I'm not going to give you a 3-month window. Because I could just be like, give me till 2021.
It'll be sometime before release.
Yeah.
That's when they'll show it.
Fine, say June.
Okay, and then I'm still going to keep with, even though I'll probably be wrong because of this, but I've previously thought end of May, early June. So I'm going to say, let's say, second half of May, first half of June. That's my 1 month window. I'm probably going to be wrong. I could see July now for some reason, but whatever. We just hope to hear more. I think we're all just passionate, and we're just biting at the chomp here for some more PS5 news. So that is it for all our news. But today we're going to start a little bulletin point news, a little homework for you guys at home. And so just a little quick fun facts. Iron Man VR launches July 3rd. They finally gave it a release title for you guys. So release date, sorry. We also have Mafia Trilogy teased in a new trailer, so you can watch that online. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 is coming to PS5 after all. I think they previously talked about that already, but some people kind of freaked out seeing the video at Xbox and suddenly thought it was an exclusive. It is not. Tokyo Game Show 2020 canceled. Not a big surprise there, but I figured you might like to know. Capcom, multiple major titles should be released, by April 2021. So they're saying they got some big hits to come out in the next year, and so you won't have to wait forever. And Resident Evil 8 has more rumors, and the rumors suggest it's the darkest and most gruesome entry ever in the series. Not a big surprise. They like to push limits, so and it's more rumors. So we didn't really think we need to go further into that. But that's your little homework there. If anything in there interests you, feel free to look it up. Okay, that is it for this week. Thank you for listening to the show, and until next week, your NPC Offline crew are signing off.
Have a good one, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Nice.
Epic Games unveiled a video today I said today, shit. Can you take out today? Epic Games unveiled...
Sorry.
No, it's fine. Epic Games unveiled a video detailing the new Unreal... Fuck. I'm collapsing, I'm crashing and burning.